Hello, people. Lek here. Welcome back to the channel. And today I want to look at the new FV301 light tank. It's a British tank. It has just come in to the tech tree. We have a new tech tree line starting at tier 8. This is a very interesting tank. Let's see how it compares to the other lights in tier 8. Only tech tree lights, of course. As you can see, it's actually very strong. If you look at the raw numbers, DPM is the highest of all lights. Penetration is fantastic. 226. This is the Centurion 1 gun. It's also on the Carnarvon and the Action X. They all use the same gun. It's got a low alpha, but very high penetration. It's very accurate. So it's a small caliber gun, but it just pounds out the damage. So 2700 base. I actually run calibrated shells on this because you really don't need that much DPM. And when you run calibrated shell, your pen is very high, especially the APCR. I can actually switch that real quick. It's 237 for AP and 271 for APCR, and you still get a reload of only 4.5 seconds. So I run calibrated shells. Other features that are really good, shell velocity is fantastic. You can see that 20 or 1275, unbelievable. Aim time is the lowest, basically, other than the 1390. Really low aim time. Dispersion is very good. -10 gun depression, of course. It's a British tank. I think the tank it's most comparable to, well, it's really a mix between the T-54 lightweight and the RU. I know you're thinking I'm crazy, but hear me out. Gun-wise, it's a lot like the RU. Speed is good, but it actually has a little bit of armor like the lightweight. And I'll look at the armor in a second. Let's look at the mobility. It goes 62, which is actually pretty low, but the power to weight ratio is really, really good. Look, 28.4. It's the highest of this group. So even though the top speed is lower, the acceleration is really excellent. I really enjoyed driving this tank. It's really quick. It gets up to speed really fast. It can scamper out of situation. For a light, top speed isn't exactly mind-blowing, but 62 is plenty quick. Terrain resistance is nice. So again, that power to weight ratio really makes a big difference here. And what I was saying before, it's the armor. Look at the armor. So turret armor 160, just like the T-54 lightweight. And the side of the turret, 76. Doesn't seem like much, but it means you can't be HE'd on the side except by a TD on the side of the turret. And again, the hull armor at 76, almost as much as the T-54 lightweight, which again, with the hull armor of 76, that means the front of your tank cannot be HE'd by anyone other than the large dirt TDs, which anyone who's played the RU, the T-49, or the 1390 knows if you poke over a hill to spot, and they are either blind shooting you or you're spotted and you don't realize it, and here comes an HE from anybody in the map can HE you and just tear you to pieces. This tank cannot be HE the front. The rear is very weak. I'll look at the armor in a second and show you what I mean. So let's take a look at the armor. So here it is with using the gun depression. You can see the gun mantlet's very strong. You'll actually get a lot of bounces. Even the front of the turret isn't bad. 172, 76 on the side. So they can definitely pin the side of the turret. You have to keep it moving, wiggle it back and forth. But the front, middle of the turret will definitely bounce a lot of the medium tanks without a problem. And the upper glacis looks weak, but look at -10 gun depression. It's at 100 and effective 196 millimeter. That will bounce plenty of shots. So this tank can go hull down, farm people, and actually get some bounces. Again, in terms of my setup, this is how I'm running it. I'm running it with calibrated shells. You get that extra pen, 271 for the APCR, 237 for the AP, and you rarely bounce anything with a shot. Overall, you definitely want to use the advanced optics because look at the view range, 298 meters, the highest view range in tier 8, and I believe it's tied with the RU for view range, so you can spot people from 300 meters away. You've got to take advantage of that. You are a light tank. Otherwise, it's pretty standard setup, and I've got a couple of great matches. Let's take a look. Okay, we've got a couple of nice replays today. And the first one is at Rockfield. It's a nice game. It's one of the first games I had in this tank, actually. And it just really showcases what the tank is able to do. And you naturally here at Rockfield, I call C, and of course, as you can see, the heavies just start going in the direction they're facing. And most people are not capable of turning around and going in different directions. So this is when I go back to what Bushka taught me many years ago. You can either be right or finish second. So yes, we should go left, but you can just keep going left and die and lose the match, or turn around and help the idiots who went right, which is what I'm going to do. Swallow your pride. Now, the sad thing is our HTC, who was a good fella, he actually went C, and because he's so slow, there's no way he's getting out of there. But the advantage we have there is now he's going to hold them up, especially their 2 301s that are up there. He's going to really do a great job of keeping them busy, which is allowing me to cap B, which is, as you know, in Rockfield, if you're able to get B, that is a massive advantage. So I didn't even notice there was an SU there. Thankfully, he missed. I just shanked that. I can tell I'm in a bit of a situation here because I've got the middle of the map. But look at how quick this tank is. I mean, again, I have no idea how that passed. The top speed isn't the best for a light, as I said, but the quickness, it's so fast, accelerates so great. And now I can just farm this poor sap. You see, those 301s are still dealing with that HTC, which is really, you really want us to game. I mean, the poor guy went over there and he kept those two lights busy for so long that it gave us time to clear all these other guys, and so that really saved us. So quickly dispense with the SU-122. Now the Tiger 1, gonna knock him right out. You can see this tank just never stops shooting. If you've got a Centurion, an Action X, Carnarvon, it's the same thing. His gun just shoots, 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 and shoots. It's very precise. I mean, this Hori stands no chance. The TD out in the open is dead meat against this tank. Very simple win. At this point, these guys are toast already. You can see that we've got two bases, a big lead, and their team is falling apart. So a nice tank, a nice game. It really shows off the quickness of the tank, how easily you can handle people. I'm not looking to be a hero here. I'm just going to go look for C, and then I finally have the 301. So, okay. Let's see if we can catch him. I don't know. Again, I got some weird balances in this game. RNG was one of myself. No idea where that went, but I'm kind of exchanging shots here. I figure he might actually kill me. How close is he playing? That pen for no damage. So RNG was definitely not with me this game, but I had a decent team. And again, that HTC definitely won us the game. You see that Progetto did the same thing I did. He just got the hell out of C because, you can try to stay alive and win the game, or you can run into C and go against the wall of tanks. It's just not worth it. Stay with your team. Be smart. Spot. Try to clear the flanks. That's the best thing you can do. Anyway, nice game. Finally cleared this guy. Oh, maybe not. Let's take a look at the second game. Oh, quick stats. This was an MC1, about 2,800 damage. Good team. Look, HTC did a great job. The guy was third in damage, and Progetto was second. And so you can see the drones we had who went to A did basically absolutely nothing. These top three players, myself included, really won us the game. Let's take a look at match number 2. Okay, we are in match 2. This is at Yamato Harbor. Lineup is pretty good. You can see so many people are running the lights now, and so most teams seem to be composed of about 4 mediums, or 4 mediums and lights, I should say. Naturally, I'm going to take this thing to C, and again, as I discussed in the first part of the video, because of the turret, you can sit in a spot like this and actually spot, of course, and farm, because your turret will bounce here. You're not going to bounce a really large cannon, but most medium shooting an AP round will bounce the front of that turret. So you can just sit here and comfortably wait. And the HE pen is high enough. You can definitely HE a T49. It's not that bad. Look at the accuracy of the gun. Look at how I hit that 301 right in the hatch there. I mean, the gun is really good. Again, shot velocity. Look at that. I'm just snap shooting this guy from a good distance and hitting him. This gun is really precise. I love this gun. Of course, I've got it in a bunch of the tanks, so I'm used to using it. And, you have to think about the fact that, see, HE in the T49, 254. You have to think about the fact that your alpha is small, so you can't, you have to be exposed more often. So you really have to make sure you make your shots count and not be careful. And again, that's why I calibrated the shells. You're never going to get into a brawl situation, and you shouldn't, because even though you have a high DPM, people can still tear you apart. So if you're not going to brawl, just calibrate the shells. and make the shots you do take actually count. So you can see we've had a great job at sea. We've basically run them all off, which never really works when you start running, especially because we have a fast team. So we're kind of catching the stragglers. We haven't killed any of them yet, but a couple of them are really down to just basically a one shot. And their smasher, which was camping naturally, of course, um, is now all alone. And I definitely want to clear him because if he HEs me, he can HE me just about anywhere and just tear me apart. This is a little bit risky, but this tank is so fast, I'm just going to take my chances here. I want this guy out of the match. See, he chooses to ignore me and shoots a tiger, which was a stupid move. So I know he's just fired. Adrenaline is down. With adrenaline, I'm back up to like 2,800 damage per minute, so I can just rip him apart before he reloads. I wanted to make sure that one pinned. And that's my biggest threat, basically, out of the game. Now I can do a little bit of farming. The gun is a delight. That was a bit of a difficult shot, which did not land, but if you just aim for a bit, you can definitely hit anything. And the game is getting a little bit closer than I thought it would be, so it's down to a 4-on-4, and our RU is so desperate to cap B. I don't know why he didn't just leave, but he decided he's going to sit there and face two tanks with good cannons and good DPM, and of course he's going to get killed. I found this T-49. I definitely want him out of the game because he can HE me for a lot of damage. RU, of course, now we're all trashed because he's an idiot. It's never your fault. Just blame lag or the team. Doesn't matter that you went to the center of the map in a light tank with no armor and sat there like a moron while he beat the crap out of you. But that's our fault, of course. So now they're pushing that same spot, and I'm using the boat for cover. Now, I can go haul down, but an ISU will still go right through the front of my turret. So don't try to bounce the shot off an ISU 152 with this turret. It will tear you apart. He missed, and I was able to really rip him up. So you see, I've yet to take a single bit of damage and save your HP for the end. Now I can be way more aggressive, and I don't even care because I can take a hit. Even the ICU can't kill me with one shot, even if he HE'd me. So I'm just running right at him, and of course he's already turned around. So I tried to kill him with the ram, didn't quite do it. It's too small for that, but I got the kill. So that's 5 kills, 3,300 damage. That is a mastery, especially in the first week. It's going to get much harder. This tank is really good. So if you want to do your masteries, do it now. I think this tank is really nice. The tank I feel like it's closest to is almost like, it feels like a Cromwell B. It honestly feels like a tier 8 Cromwell B, but with a much better cannon. The pen, unlike the Cromwell, it has much better pen and great accuracy. The Cromwell has a terrible gun, but it has high DPM. So this to me feels just like a tier 8 Cromwell B. And it's a tech tree tank, so I'd recommend everybody who wants to try it, definitely give it a shot. I love the tank. Go get it, and tomorrow I'll do a review of the next tank in the tech tree, which is the CR, whatever the hell that's called. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.